of the most common barriers that I have seen in my 20 years of practice when it comes to healing and weight loss is lack of consistency. Are you that person that starts and stops and never get anywhere? One thing you got to understand in this journey, and it can be difficult sometimes, but really the key thing that is not only going to get you started, but keep you going is your mindset. We need to think about what is happening in your mind. You need to really focus on your mindset, because where your mindset is makes a huge difference on the direction your journey will go, or how fast it will go, or how successful you will become. And also you got to be careful with the words you use to describe yourself. And what that is understanding the difference between a survivor and a thriver. Because chances are, if you remain stuck and don't quite know where to go right now, or if you feel like you're not getting anywhere, or you keep starting and stopping, chances are you're a survivor. You may be doing enough not to be in immediate danger, but are you really in a place of joy and harmony and balance? If you're not, continue to listen to this video, because what I'm going to do is reveal or discuss the differences between survivor and thriver. So let's talk about survivor first. All right, and what I'm going to do is share 5 different mindsets of a survivor. Now, the first one is that the survivor makes decisions based on fear. You're afraid that it won't work, or afraid you won't be able to afford it, or afraid to trust somebody with your health. You fear not trusting yourself. So there's a lot of reasons why you may be fearful. You don't want to take risks, so you want to play it safe. And wanting to play it safe is a type of fear, because you're afraid to step out your comfort zone and really do something different. So that takes me to mindset number 2. Your mindset is fixed. So when I said you're dealing with fear of really stepping out your comfort zone, you may remain fixed because you want to keep doing the same thing you've been doing over and over again. You want to stick with what you know. You want to stick with what your mama did. You want to stick with what your grandmother did. So sometimes when you have that fixed mindset and you're not willing to think or do something differently, you just want to stick with what you know, that is a mindset of a survivor. So let's go to the next one. Number 3 is that you're problem-based. You're so focused on the problem, you're so focused on the issue that you don't move forward because you want to avoid the problem. All right? So that is like a huge survivor mentality and is going to keep you stuck. And number 4 is you live life by default. So what that means is you're just getting by. You know, everything is what it is. Life just happens. You know, there's really nothing you can do. So you accept everything that comes your way. So that's life by default. And the 5th one is things happen to you. Why does this happen to me? Why is my heart always broken? Why do people keep using me? Why? So again, when you're in survivor mode, you're making decisions based on fear. You have a fixed mindset. You're not willing to try new things. You are problem-based, where you focus more on the problem, or you want to avoid or mask the problem. You're living life by default, meaning you're just allowing life to happen and you're not really taking charge of the direction of your life, and you focus on what is happening to you. So that is the survivor mindset. So now let's get into the thriver mindset. So 5 characteristics of a thriver mindset. Number one, decisions are based on faith. Where a survivor focuses on what they can see, a thriver makes decisions based on what they can't see. Because sometimes we make some pretty tough decisions based on what we don't know. And that takes a lot of faith. When I was on my healing journey, it had to take a lot of faith because day by day, I wasn't seeing any immediate changes. But I had to keep going anyway, because when you're in this place of thriving, you have to have a vision and you have to have a strong sense of belief, knowing that you will get there. And that takes a lot of faith. And I know without faith, I would still be stuck in where I was 10 years ago, where I was 70 pounds overweight, pre-diabetic with fatty liver disease. It took faith to take that step forward so I can get my health and my life back. Now, the second characteristic of a thriver is the growth mindset. Okay? So remember, in survivor, it was more of a fixed mindset. But with a growth mindset, you're willing to try new things. You're willing to evolve over time. I'm thankful that the same thoughts I had in my 20s, I don't have in my 50s. So we have to be willing to evolve and grow and be able to let go of those things that don't serve you. As a survivor, you may remain fixed on things. You know, you're comfortable in what you're used to. So being a survivor is just not enough. You may have overcome obstacles. You may have, say like, let me give you an analogy. Say you fell in the river and you got wet and you didn't drown. You survived it, but you're still on the bank. You're not completely away from the river. It's just right there and you can easily fall back in again if you step backwards too far, right? So that's what I think of as a survivor. You didn't drown in the river, but you're on the side now. You're on the bank. Okay? So that's what I think of. You know, it's like you still have that mindset, and if you're not careful, you may fall back in the water again. So with the growth mindset, you got to be willing to try new things, walk away from the river, or find new tools where you don't fall in again. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but I want to give you an example of what a growth mindset looks like. So in this journey to healing, you have to evolve constantly. And remember the faith. Always have faith. And the third one is solution-based. Thrivers are solution-based, where survivors are more problem-based, where they focus on the problem. The thrivers are looking for the solutions. So where the survivor is saying, I can't do something because of a problem, the thriver is thinking, how can I resolve this? What can I learn from this situation? What can I do to minimize problems in the future? So you see how this is so important in our health? We'll continue to be consistent even when we don't see results right away, because we believe, we have faith that our work will pay off. So you first got to believe and be able to evolve and grow until you get there. And one thing I want to mention is sometimes when you get there, you realize there's more. But if you're in that survivor or fixed mode, you never see what's possible. It's just amazing. When you're a thriver, you move in one place, and then when you get closer, you can say, oh wow, there's something over there too. And you just keep going. So that's why we have to focus on the journey, where a survivor focuses on the destination. They're thinking, I'm good now. You know, I don't need to do better now. I'm good. Where the thriver is thinking, is there something more? Is there something better? So that's solution-based. And also a thriver, number 4, life by design. Yes, we take some kind of accountability in our lives. We can design the life that we want. It's like with a survivor, we just allow what happens. We can't do that. But when you design your life, stick with that vision and use the knowledge and the education and the growth mindset to get there. This is what I mean by life by design. If you want to get proficient in something, you'll take the courses, you'll learn, you'll read the books, you'll focus on your strengths, delegate your weaknesses. You're going to design a lifestyle. You're going to integrate your interests with your passions. Oh, it's just so many possibilities when you design your life. So this is a very important quality of a thriver. And the last one is happen for me. Survivors focus on what happened to them. Thrivers say what happened for me. So I'm at the point in my journey where I'm thankful for the things I've went through because they happened for me. They helped me become the person I am today. Because I had to deal with health issues, I'm able to relate and understand what is happening when women come to me today. I get it. I've been there. So here are the 5 right here. I'm going to review them real quick before we go. The characteristics of a survivor is fear-based, fixed mindset. They focus on the problem. They live life by default. And they go by what happened to me. So those are qualities of a survivor. And thriver, they live by faith. They have a growth mindset. They're more solution-based. They live life by design. And they focus on things that happened for me. So which one are you? So remember, it is a journey. And this doesn't happen overnight. It didn't happen for me overnight. Sometimes when I feel stuck in my life or I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, I check myself. What is happening to me? And it's usually fear that may have crept back in. Maybe I'm not willing to try new things. Maybe I'm focusing on the problem and not the solution. So this is a way where you can just evaluate, because sometimes we all go back and forth. But what you can do is say, things aren't going well for me in my life right now. What patterns have come back in my life? And I'll check and I'll say, oh my goodness, yes, I'm focusing on the problem, or I'm focusing on what happened to me 10 years ago, or fear crept in. And if you're having some challenges in your health and in your life, you got to think, am I believing in the process? Am I trusting the process? Am I evolving? Am I investing time and energy into getting better? Because when you know better, you do better. Am I creating solutions and learning from my problems? Am I creating my life? Am I living my life by design and not just letting life happen to me, but happening for me? So ask yourself, are you a survivor or a thriver? And let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, go out there and achieve more freedom in your health and your life. Take care.